Yeah, well, I know the last I checked, close to 400,000 people were interested in it just on our Instagram page alone. And it's the comments that really kind of brought this whole thing. So basically, this 14-year-old boy, when he was young, he went to he auditioned for a play, and a teacher at the time, she was in charge of it, and then I guess he got the part, but he got more than the part because she kept him around for a couple of years, and she was abusing him, and she even checked him.
This is all alleged.
This is all alleged in the articles. This is what she was arrested for, allegedly. So this kid comes forward to tell his story. And I guess the part that really, if you haven't had a chance, go to our Instagram page, go read the comments. I can't even repeat those comments. And
I found it so disturbing, the comments. It was so sad.
I'm so disturbed. I mean, every time I think that humans in this world can't do something, can't become lower, you start reading that stuff, and I'm like, wow. I mean, talk about victim shaming this kid. The things that they say. I mean, that in itself is probably as bad as well, it's probably not as bad, but I mean, it definitely is got to. It was heartbreaking to read the stuff that people were saying, and a lot of people tried to shut those people down that were saying it. But you know, I mean, they were saying all kinds of stuff, and I get it. They're like, oh well, you know, if this kid should just feel lucky, you know, she was hot, and you know, where was she when I was in school, and oh, the kid, you know,
we haven't watched the story yet. Yeah,
yeah, they're saying, you know, anyway, but.
Let's watch the story.
Go to our website and read the comments.
It's a stunning moment as a teen speaks out about the years of sexual abuse he says he suffered at the hands of a teacher.
Just because I'm a man doesn't mean that it should be shunned away. Because I was a child. I wasn't a man. I was a boy.
Grant Strickland met the kindergarten teacher when he was 14 years old and auditioned for the lead male role in his community theater production of Legally Blonde the musical. Grant won the part. Teacher Nicole Callahan was the director.
I had to grow up very, very fast and get on a whole nother maturity level that I was never ready for and shouldn't have had to been.
Detectives say the teacher started grooming the 9th grader and pressured him into an inappropriate and unlawful relationship that went on for 2 years. She reportedly even signed him out of the school and personally drove him to rehearsals.
Sometimes she drove him to a hotel. Other times they got together in a
Nicole Callahan.
The 33-year-old teacher wiped away tears during her first appearance in court in Anderson County, South Carolina.
You will have a no contact order with the victim or the victim's family. Do you understand the no contact order?
Yes, Your Honor.
Grant, who is now 18, says he decided to come forward to put a human face on what he experienced.
This happens, and it happens a lot, and it's not just to women, it's to men too, and it happens to young children, and it's got to stop. I would never want someone to go through what I went through because I don't really think that most people would be strong enough to survive it because I almost did it.
So there's another story of this, right? You got another version of this one?
I think it's just a newscast, Mark.
Accused of abusing a teenage boy who had a previous hearing last week in Anderson. And Clemson police say charges could be pending in their jurisdiction as well. Our Taylor Farmer has more from Greenville.
Nicole Callahan is facing more than 10 charges in Greenville County. A judge set bond for each charge during her hearing.
I'm going to set a surety bond on each of these in the amount of $10,000 as they did at Anderson for a total of $120,000 surety.
Former Homeland Park primary teacher Nicole Callahan was arrested last week in Anderson County for the sexual abuse of a 14-year-old boy back in 2021. She's now facing similar charges in Greenville County, where the alleged victim attended school. According to the victim's mother, Callahan was a director at Project Challenge Playhouse, where her son first met Callahan while auditioning for a play. The victim's mother says she believed at the time Callahan was serving as a mentor.
On May 22nd, 2025, Greenville Police Department received a report from investigators from the Anderson County Sheriff's Office regarding the sexual assault case, listing Nicole Blue Callahan as the suspect.
The detective handling the case says the alleged abuse lasted for 2 years. In Greenville, Callahan faces 8 counts of criminal sexual conduct with a minor and 4 counts of unlawfully placing a child at risk for allegedly providing the victim with alcohol. As she entered the courtroom Monday, Callahan smiled at people in attendance, including her family and fiance.
Ms. Callahan is 8 to 9 weeks pregnant.
Callahan's attorney asked the court to consider her presumed innocence and requested a surety bond be set. He argued she needs prenatal care and is not a danger to the community. The judge granted bond, but with several conditions. She will be placed under house arrest with GPS monitoring, have no contact with the victim, and must undergo both a mental and psychological evaluation to determine if she's competent to stand trial. The judge also established a red zone, prohibiting her from coming within a mile of the victim's residence in Anderson. Callahan's attorney thanked the judge as she turned and smiled at him before she was escorted out by police.
The attorney for the alleged victim says at this time, no other victims have come forward. In Greenville, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
Wow.
There is no word at this point on when this case could go to trial.
Well,
A breaking news.
We've watched a lot of these cases, haven't we, over the years? And the thing that I was getting to, and I'm sorry, Mark, I thought that your video was frozen. That's why I kept talking. But if you read, like I said, if you go back and you read those comments on our site, and I want to flip this around, if that was a male teacher and a 14-year-old girl that stood up there, it would have been those comments. And I know for a fact this is not alleged because we have posted those stories, right, Steve? Those comments would have been way different, and the last thing they would have done was victim shame the little girl, the young lady. And I think it's people need to really step back and look in the mirror and think about what type of person they want to be, and maybe show a little bit of empathy for other people.
Yeah, I've given up on the comments on the commenters. You know, on a lot of them are just doing it because that's what they get off on doing. So that's just typical. Any news story you go, I mean, the people we let comment on here, they're all cool and stuff like that. If someone got weird, we'd kick them off. But any news story you go on to now, on whether side of the issue, once you're going to see just people just trashing stuff, right? And this one is just, you got all the basement dwellers and guys that can't get girlfriends and stuff like that. They're angry about whatever, so they're going to comment on this. I don't know, makes them feel good or something, and that's just the way the world is right now.
Well, I wish that kid well. I hope that that doesn't affect. He's still young. He's 18. I hope it doesn't. It's going to affect him the rest of his life.